I say this straight away. Yours is a film I did not fall asleep in.
Oh, good.
Because I do quite a lot.
It's loud anyway, so...
It's very loud, but it's very engaging. And, you know, there have been some films recently where I've nodded off.
I understand.
It happens.
I understand.
Does it happen to you?
Well, I was just in Cannes and I was on the jury and it's not allowed to happen. So it didn't ever happen.
I was going to say, please don't say you fell asleep during one of the films you were judging.
No, absolutely not.
Well, one of the reasons they didn't fall asleep is because this film comes at you.
The light heavyweight champion of the world, Gyllenhaal.
Put my family through a lot. I wouldn't be here without my wife, Maureen.
Hey, Billy, why are you leaving so soon?
Let's go home.
How about I take your belt?
You must have known the scale of what you were taking on.
I knew that the start of the movie, and I knew throughout the movie it would be pretty much a consistently pretty intense ride. And I knew the initial part of it, the movie's really about dualities in the style and structure of the movie, but also dualities in the personality of the lead character and all the things that happen. And it mimics very much kind of a fight in its structure. And that was the idea. And the idea was things come at you out of and so hopefully you stay awake because you don't want to get knocked down.
Can I get the abs question out the way?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because, I mean, you must have been asked a million times already, but it's all going on, isn't it? The abs.
The thing was, I didn't know how to box when I started the preparation for this film. It was important to me that I look like a boxer and that I feel like a boxer. If Antoine had come to me and said, we're not going to shoot any of the fight sequences, I would have trained equally as hard. You know, I think it's about an attitude, it's about a feeling. Like, I would walk into rooms, I'd walk into scenes with a certain type of confidence that nobody could take away from me because of the amount of time and commitment that I'd put into the character and in terms of learning his skills.
It's about my family. I give you my everything.
I've interviewed quite a few boxers over the years,
yeah,
and they're sort of different from everyone else because of the nature of the sport.
Yes.
The highs and the lows, the pain and the jeopardy.
Yes.
It's a place that none of the rest of us can really understand,
no.
Although presumably that's where you tried to get to in your head.
Well, I tried to surround myself with real boxers all the time. Is a specific type of personality. I think the irony of that job is it's a much more sensitive job than people think. You walk into that ring as a fighter, and I don't speak from a ton of experience, but I speak from having watched enough and tried to research enough. You know, there is the potential always to lose your life, you know, and to give parts of your life, you know, that give you the fuel to be able to do what they do. And I think, you know, as witnessed in some like brutal knockouts or situations where people have, you know, lost their lives. I think that's not always a potential in the entertainment.
I once interviewed Chris Eubank, who was a big character as well as a world champion British boxer.
Yeah.
And he did this thing with a handshake. Look, I'll do the thing, right? When you meet him, he does this thing. He gets your hand and he just looks at you. He just keeps squeezing. He just keeps looking you in the eye. He keeps going like that until you kind of go, hold on, okay, we're done now. And it was a sort of a thing. Social situations.
Yeah, interesting. So
So what brings Billy Hope into my gym?
I'm looking for a job, maybe a place to train.
You couldn't handle the rules here, man.
People have said about you that and this film is evidence of that, just how far you're prepared to go with a role. Is that now your thing? Are you laying down a marker in some way?
I think that preparation, I think that freedom is on the other side of discipline. And I think that, you know, the more you prepare, you know, the more you're allowed to sort of let go and give into whatever the situation is. So to me, as I've gotten older and working as an actor, I realized that you don't just get by on having a skill or having a certain level of talent. You have to put a tremendous amount of work into it.
It's an unusual acting role because it's so intense.
Yes.
And you've got that fury is in you, and you're going up into the set, Are you, the makeup lady comes and wants to do
No,
it?
yeah,
Are you
I'm
like,
intense.
come on, get out of
Yeah, no,
I don't
I'm-
need you in my face.
I'm focused. Well, no, I mean, I think everybody has their job. I mean, I don't mean to deflect because I will answer that question, but I think I'm not someone who's like, everybody is on a movie set to do their work, and everybody's committed to a piece of that work and trying to do the best work they possibly can. And so to me, I don't ask for a certain type of space because everybody has to do it together. It doesn't work without everybody doing it together. But I am, when it comes down to doing the thing that I need to do in that space, that I do it, I take it very seriously. And in preparation also, particularly for a fight scene, probably more out of fear than anything else, I'm very focused. I spent a lot of time being quiet, and I spent a lot of time in the character. And it was an exploration for me too. I mean, I never really know, I don't have one particular technique. I'm still learning and trying to figure out what works. There were times where I took it too far here, where I went, okay, you can use your imagination a little bit more, you don't have to actually get hit all the time, But there were, and you learn, you learn about that, and I'm still trying to learn about that.
Can I ask you about London theatre? Because you performed on the stage here before, haven't you?
Yes.
Can you do that again?
And I've only played British roles in New York City, so I'm somehow trying to bring the UK over to the United States in some way of my own. But yes, I really now, I just finished a show on Broadway, and I really, really want to come back to the stage here. Really, really want to.
Well, the good news is that when you're a lot older, you'll be able to show your children and your grandchildren what you look like when you were in your peak. That's one of the good things you get from the film.
No matter what, they won't believe you anyway. So, and that's what's great about family.
It's been lovely to see you. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you too.
Lovely.